Continuing the NDTV Infrashakti campaign, a celebration of India's groundbreaking achievements in sustainable infrastructure, we once again spotlight two visionary leaders in the field of environmental sustainability. Arun Krishnamurthy, the water saviour, and Quant Solar, the renewable energy star. These pioneers are driving transformative change, each playing a pivotal role in securing a greener future for our nation. Chennai, a city known for rich culture and heritage, is now grappling with crippling water scarcity. Widespread urbanization, coupled with devastating effects of climate change, have left the capital of Tamil Nadu and its population with very little water. At a time like this, to save the city and revive over 24 lakes of Chennai, stepped in environmentalist Arun Krishnamurthy. In 2007, he rallied the public, including lots of young volunteers, to help clean, restore and rehabilitate Chennai's lakes. Today, the Environmentalist Foundation of India, the NGO, Arun Krishnamurthy founded over a decade ago, restores lakes and ponds in many states, primarily with the support of volunteers, civic bodies and other stakeholders. They are on a mission to make lakes and ponds habitable for all.
Water bodies are a world in itself. Without fresh water, there is no planet Earth, right? And that's what makes us distinct in this entire universe. Life on Earth thrives only because of water. And protecting these water bodies is no choice, it's no compulsion, it's common sense. Whether it's a lake, pond or a river, or whether it's protecting that glacier, any form of water needs to be conserved is something which we've been taught culturally, because from a fish, snake, frog, crab, turtle to that blade of grass to grow, to our crop to grow, for everything we need water. Without water there is no life. An abuse of water technically means that it's an abuse of our own life and our own future.
For those who care and want to work to conserve nature and mitigate the effects of climate change, EFI has been a platform to get together and work collectively. To date, the NGO has restored approximately 463 lakes and have set up 77 afforestation sites around the country. They are currently working on similar new projects.
This is a collaboration. This is not a one-man story, this is not a one-woman story, this is a collaboration in conservation between the government, the business, the corporates, the civic society. Every man and woman and third gender individual who cares for nature has come together in the name of EFI, and we are volunteering for India and her environment.
Water bodies bear the brunt of urban expansion. The first major issue is the construction over lakes, ponds and riverbeds, and solid and liquid waste getting dumped into these freshwater habitats. No freshwater body has a definitive boundary. As a result, there is rampant encroachment. Rules to clean freshwater habitats or treat sewage before it is dumped are hardly ever implemented.
You just need to remove certain obstacles of invasive vegetation or remove certain debris, garbage, and then they'll take care of the water body. So the different stages include de-weeding, which is removal of invasive vegetation, from Prosopis juliflora to Ipomia to different invasive plants that take over our water bodies. Then removal of solid waste, with non-degradable waste from the water body, construction debris that has been dumped in the water body, defining the legal and the hydrological boundary for these water bodies, then deepening them, using that excavated earth to strengthen the embankments of this water body. Yes, then regulating the inflow-outflow canals to this water body. Yes, then making nesting islands, percolation trenches, recharge wells, planting native trees, fencing the water body are all different stages in restoration.
The constant pollution of our water bodies doesn't just lead to dirty, contaminated water. Sewage in freshwater bodies goes to the ground below and pollutes the soil, which in turn affects the vegetation and therefore what we eat.
It's an India story, it's a planet story. We cannot continue to abuse our water bodies the way we've been doing so far, and there has to be a stringent effort by almost every citizen. We can't waste water anymore, we can't pollute water anymore. We have to respect and if possible even worship water how our ancestors used to do, and we have to take it on each of us as a responsibility to conserve, clean and care for water bodies, because without water there is no life.
This is the Polacheri Lake Restoration Project, and this lake is close to 13.5 acres, and previously this lake had a few issues, mostly with respect to garbage dumping, where trucks used to drive in and dump garbage into this lake. There also was a problem of heavy silting, where the water storage capacity of this lake was heavily reduced. So what EFI has done here is basically properly mark a periphery of this lake, because people didn't know where the lake starts, where it ends, where the water comes from, where the water goes to. Such problems used to exist. So what we basically have done is we have identified all the area of this lake. Our larger request to the public would be to avoid doing such things, because we believe that environment conservation is not a compulsion, it is a common sense, and only if the environment exists can we exist as well.
My biggest strength has been the strong team that I have, whether it is Maharaj, Shrivats or the different Hemant, different individuals across the country who actually have taken it on them to be part of EFI, or these young people who you're meeting at the lake, Sri Krishna, Anand and Ashwin. Many young men and women are part of EFI journey. They are actually reviving, restoring lakes, ponds, protecting beach fronts, planting more trees, taking care of animals, because there are so many individuals who care for nature.
When people actually understand that environment conservation is not a compulsion, it is common sense, and we have to understand the fact that without trying to make up for the damage that is being done, it will be extremely difficult for us to sustain as a human civilization going forward. I think being the advanced species of animals, it is a responsibility of human beings to come together as a unit and to ensure that we do not dump garbage, or we don't make such silly mistakes which all of us know is not the right thing to do.
So my biggest challenge is reaching out to fellow Indians and somehow reminding them. I'm not teaching them anything, I'm nobody. I'm just humbly, politely reminding them we knew how to behave with nature. Why did we forget it? Reminding fellow Indian citizens to care for nature has always been the biggest challenge.
Chennai already had a water crisis. Himachal and Wayanad are actually going through one as well. And now we see signs of growing water scarcity in many parts of our country. Isn't it time that we all decided to contribute to saving our water bodies and making a difference?
Future exists only if we conserve. Yes? And there is no personal future for me. I am climate anxious, I am climate angry, and I wish to act for the climate. Yes, the Infrashakti award, although bestowed upon me individually, it actually, I see it as an appreciation, acknowledgement of all the good work done by thousands of volunteers over the years through EFI. So we are grateful for it, and it is a good morale booster that we are not alone. People like you are there with us, and we are together in this, together towards tomorrow for India and her environment. And without planet conservation, without taking this planet seriously, we cannot move ahead.
Before we take a break, stay tuned as we next explore the journey of Quant Solar, a leading force in renewable energy that's lighting the way towards a sustainable future. In the heart of Chandigarh, a monument to creativity and sustainability is taking center stage. This innovative solution tackles two pressing issues simultaneously: clean energy and environmental conservation. Welcome to the story of Quant Solar, an organization committed to developing smart technologies for a sustainable future through floating solar plants. Quant Solar's latest achievement is a 2.5 megawatt floating solar plant developed in collaboration with the Chandigarh Renewable Energy and Science and Technology Promotion Society. This project exemplifies their dedication to creating smarter, sustainable and cost-effective solar energy solutions.
Almost 8 years ago, when it was 2015 or 2016, and we were in the marine offshore industry, and we were based in Singapore. Both me and Siddhant were based in Singapore, and we were working on various aspects of design and engineering. We realized that there are a lot of issues coming up in India related to the aggregating the land for developing big ground mounted projects, and also we used to read a lot of news about the challenges being faced by many urban areas, urban communities for the water scarcity and all. So all these things together encouraged us, motivated us to do something back in our country. And that's how we started working on something which we can develop some sustainable solutions.
The journey of Quant Solar began with a shared vision to address electricity needs and water conservation. Founded by two passionate individuals, Pankaj Kumar and Siddhant Agarwal, the company aims to make clean energy accessible, reliable and efficient.
Our journey started from Assam Energy Development Agency, which identified the benefits of floating solar, and they provided us with a small pond in a village where there was no electricity. So for the first time we developed a floating solar plant in an area. They got the electricity from this floating solar plant. The entire community got electricity, and that was a life-changing event for us. We believe that if we can install similar kind of projects in all such communities where people are struggling for electricity, it could be a big thing, and it was very satisfying for us. And that's how we started working more into it. Slowly and slowly the success of such projects, small projects, prompted other government bodies to come up with some bigger scale projects.
From humble beginnings in Assam to nationwide projects, Quant Solar's primary focus remains combating global warming and the impending climate crisis.
Today we are facing the challenges of global warming and climate change. There are extreme weather patterns being observed now all across the globe, and India, being a developing country, is bearing the brunt of that in a big way. So although the common man, they are not responsible for what is happening all around, but they have to face the challenges of this climate change and global warming. So we believe that if there is a very well-defined role for clean energy transition, and if we achieve some significant result, it's going to help the communities all across the world in a big way.
Throughout the Quant Solar journey, we have been able to impact more than 300 to 400 people by uplifting them and able to train them in basic engineering practices. Wherever we do the installations, we tend to hire more local people and local manpower who we train them from the safety point of view, from engineering and installation point of view, and this helps them to be able to work in various other organizations after our installation is completed, and thereby with this we have been able to bring in a change and been able to uplift them from their livelihoods.
Today, Quant Solar has successfully completed over 15 projects nationwide, including a 36 megawatt installation for National Thermal Power Corporation in Visakhapatnam, the world's largest floating solar plant, and a 26 megawatt plant in West Bengal.
What happens that in general for any water body, there is a continuous evaporation of the water. So, and that is a significant loss to the fresh water stored anywhere in any kind of water body. So the floating solar contains around 70% of the evaporation. So In crude form, we can say that 1 megawatt project saves around 60 lakh liters of fresh water every year. So you can imagine a 100 megawatt project saving in crores of liters of fresh water in a year.
These floating solar platforms offer multiple benefits. They save land, conserve water, and leave zero footprint at the end of their life cycle. With 19 ongoing projects across India and international prospects on the horizon, Quant Solar is pioneering a new era in renewable energy. The Chandigarh plant sources water from a nearby canal, filters it for drinking, and supplies power to the city grid. Let's hear from the site engineer about the technical aspects of this project.
ये जो हमारा प्लांट है 2.5 मेगावाट का है, जिसमें से हम लोग 1.25 टैंक नंबर 1 में लगाए हैं, 1.25 हम लोग टैंक नंबर 2 में लगाए हैं। तो बेसिकली हम लोग इस वाटर बॉडीज़ में हम लोग अपना 1.25 किलोवाट का हम लोग यहाँ पर सोलर मॉड्यूल्स इंस्टॉल किए हैं, जिसका हम लोग जो भी इसका कनेक्शन हम लोग ला रहे हैं इन्वर्टर में कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, जितने भी स्ट्रिंग्स हमारे टोटल। उसके बाद आफ्टर दैट हम लोग इन्वर्टर के थ्रू DC to AC कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं। उसका हम लोग DC to AC कन्वर्ट करने के बाद हम लोग इसको PSS में ला रहे हैं, और PSS हमारे पास 2 सेक्शन है, LT सेक्शन और ST सेक्शन। इसके बाद यहाँ से स्टेप अप होकर के 11,000 वोल्ट हमारा कन्वर्ट हो जाता है। उसका हमारा VCB में आता है। VCB में आने का VCB एक्चुअली हमारा करता क्या है कि जैसे हमारा जो भी मशीनरी या फिर जो भी इक्विपमेंट है, जितने वोल्टेज सेटअप पे काम करता है ना, हमारा उसको VCB कंट्रोल करता है। उसके बाद हमारा सेम चला जाता है हमारा मीटरिंग क्यूबिकल में। मीटरिंग क्यूबिकल में हमारे दो CTPT लगे हुए हैं, जिसमें से एक मेन मीटर एक चेक मीटर है। उसका तो वहाँ से हम लोग इनकमिंग करते हैं, फिर आउटगोइंग हम लोग सीधे ग्रिड में सप्लाई कर देते हैं।
Regular maintenance is crucial for the plant's efficiency. The team meticulously cleans panels and checks circuits and systems to ensure safety and smooth operations. Safety is paramount at Quant Solar. Workers are required to wear life jackets, helmets, and protective gear before entering the plant or working with machinery.
Most of the floating solar plants today we look at are installed at different water bodies, and these water bodies have different water depths, and some of them have even water depths up to 35 to 40 meters. So it becomes very important for ensuring that we maintain the proper safety of the people who are working on the water, and ensure that in any case of any kind of activity which is performed in water is properly taken care of from a safety point of view. On all the floating solar sites where our projects are executed, we depute a safety engineer who is responsible for ensuring the safety of the manpower at site. All the manpower undergo a safety briefing in the beginning of the day's work, and they have to follow the safety aspects which is guided by the safety officer.
Quant Solar's mission aligns with the government's push to increase India's solar energy capacity. Currently at 17%, there's immense potential for growth.
This can be only possible when there is a more synergy between the academia, the industries and the government bodies. The policies need to be favorable, that is first. Then there is equal amount of effort is needed in the R&D sector, where more and more efforts are being made on developing new concepts and new innovations. And apart from that, a big push from the government in terms of funding support and all will make a big change actually. It is already happening, like government has introduced some PLI schemes for solar modules. So more and more such schemes are required in other part of this clean energy ecosystem as well. Because our background is into the marine offshore industry, so we always believe that there are a lot of things which needs to be done, which can be done in the coming time, apart from developing the floating solar projects, like integrating the floating solar projects with the water treatment plants that can help in improving the aquatic life of the urban water bodies. Then developing floating solar plant in ocean conditions, sea conditions, where we can reap harness the solar power in the coastal areas. Integrating it with desalination technology, where we can get the clean drinking water by powering through the clean energy.
As Quant Solar continues to expand with ongoing projects in Dal Lake and Chandigarh, they demonstrate how innovation and teamwork can provide sustainable solutions to energy problems, paving the way for a cleaner, brighter future.